Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Yukir tribe, our snowy land-seeking tribe who has just stumbled across the ice bridge, having it break behind them as these five were sent forward on their journey to a snowy hard island that is unlike anything I have ever seen before. Because on this island, my friends, we have three glaciers. Look at this. Three of them. That has to be a sign. That has to be absolutely awesome. There are only two prehistoric genes that are still lost to us, that we have never seen before, that we have never invited into the tribe before. And now we may have a very real chance of discovering those last two lost prehistoric genes, of discovering the last special abilities that the ancestors trapped in these icy blocks still have with them. And we might be very, very, very close to completing the challenge that the Yukir tribe has had on their shoulders for so many generations, hundreds of nichelings, and over 40 hours of gameplay. And I'm very excited, but also a little bit I feel a little bit trepidatious because I really am worried, oh, that'll be it for the Yukirs. But fear not, you guys. Even if we do manage to find the last two prehistoric genes, we will try to breed those genes into the family tree. We will just see how well they can do at surviving in the snowy lands with all of the special prehistoric genes like armor body, hammer tail, mega horns, and the last two that we have yet to discover in our nichelings family. We'll see how all of that plays together, and what we might do is we might start a season 3 of the Yukirs if you guys are open to the idea at some point in the future after this season, and we would try to do it in the latest version of the game. We might even wait and see what special updates the niche team has in mind for the future of the game, and then try to reintroduce the Yukirs. We can say that they moved away from the snowy lands and they moved to say the grasslands and adapted to the lands there and lost all of these special traits, and the cycle will repeat itself, having to go forth and discover all of those prehistoric genes in the new version of the game with maybe even a couple of the other genes added in. And it is much easier in the full release version of the game to keep those specialized genes like our very lovely armored body, mammoth foot, and megahorns in the family, because you can actually just go ahead and put it in the individual mutation menus. And we are playing in the 0.4.1 version of the game, which means that breeding our nichelings is like stacking a bunch of Jenga sticks together, or pixie sticks I guess is what you call it, pickup sticks, and trying to stack a big Jenga tower out of them and not knock it down, because once you lose one of those genes, including mammoth foot, they're gone for good. You cannot put them in the mutation menu in this version of the game, so it's very tricky to keep the prehistoric genes in the family. I actually love it. I think it makes it a great hard mode for us to play on. I also love the fact that the islands are more randomized in this version of the game, so we really truly are kind of playing like hard mode with our nichelings right now. Now, a final note before we take these lovely pregnant ladies and we go to crack open that very first ice gene. But if you guys would like to take control of the Yukirs, and you guys would like to be able to see what 3 creatures are waiting for you in these ice blocks, I have backed up the save file and I have added it to our Dropbox. I will have a link to that in the video description, and I will pin a post down below. So if you are interested in downloading the save file, remember you will have to go into your Steam library and manually put it to the 0.4.1 beta in order to play it. Then you can go ahead and see what luck you would have with the Yukirs on this island and what creatures would break out of the icebergs for you, because as of this version of the game, I don't know if it's true for full release version, it will change what you get. It's completely random what you get out of those icebergs between save files. So for instance, if you really did not want that creature that pops out of the iceberg, you could go ahead and reload an old save, or you could possibly exit the game. I think it auto saves if you exit without saving though. So basically back up your save files and you can crack open these icebergs to your heart's content. But the nichelings from our Yukir tribe are available for download and you can try out their save file. That's just the last little bit of news I wanted to share with you guys before we got started today, because that's big news, and I always adore seeing your guys' screenshots that you send to me on Twitter showing what happened when you guys took control of the Yukirs and what happened in your universe with them. I kind of imagine they're all like alternate dimensions of Yukirs all over the place. So that would be really fun, and how long you were able to survive on a hard island like this. Well, let's go ahead and begin our survival. I think everybody would have gotten here, and our male, Kirta especially, would have become extremely excited to see one of the icebergs in the distance. So he'll go ahead and start scouting out towards there. And he already got a leech! Oh my goodness, he already got a leech. Well, alright, we'll send Hawari over. And she can go ahead. Oh, she only had 2 moves. Gosh darn it. April can come over and we'll get that leech off, and I guess she can have a snack for her pregnant belly. It is so weird not to see their eyes close after they finish moving now. It's amazing what you can adapt to between the versions. And then Sela, I think, would jump on over. She would make sure that little Astral comes with her. He's not going to move the fastest, and a lot of you guys were conflicted about the fact I brought him, but his immunity genes are better to bring along, and Mammut Foot is one of the easiest genes to lose. So having somebody with double Mammut Foot I think is going to be very important, because then the only creature who would have had Mammut Foot would be Kawari with 1 Mammut Foot. And that breeds out of the family tree faster than you can shake a balance bear at it. So seriously, good to have extras there. I wonder how the family feels to be staring at all of these bones of deceased ancestors around them. It is a little bit intimidating. And we'll have Sela, I don't think it's too cold just yet, but we'll have Sela jump over here and they'll start scouting out good places to possibly have babies. But I don't see any kind of food. Do I smell any kind of food? Oh my gosh, there's like nothing here. So they might need to like go ahead, crack open the ice and start moving very quickly. Hopefully they can find some food. It might be a good idea to stay near the beach and just eat off leeches, clamshells, and have Kawari maybe search around so she can find some like worms in the water. I hope she can do that with her platypus beak. It'd be really awful if platypus beak doesn't work in Icy Islands, and I didn't know that, and I was so excited to have her. But all right, let's get going, guys. Whew. Nice and chilly here. Yes, the bunny! Oh my gosh, we need to eat that like now. We need to eat that like yesterday. We cannot fool around with this. All right, little Astral will come over and he can help out Sela with gathering that. And sure enough, they are getting kind of cold. So if we actually have Sela have a baby, that'll be 3 nichelings to huddle together. And I think that Astral would see that she's chilly. And because he is a double Mammut Foot creature, he has been raised his entire life being told how important it is that he keeps warmth in the family nest. That is what we say our double Mammut Foots do, is that they really are dedicated to making sure the baby nichelings in particular are safe and warm inside of the family nest, that they don't grow up in a cold, like painful environment. And the Mammut Foots are charged with making sure everybody travels in groups of 3 and stays warm when the cold of the snowy lands really sets in. Also, is that okay? We already got the parasite off. See, these 3 are doing okay because they're warmed up from being close together. And I think that especially April would probably be very demanding that they stay in a group when it comes to opening up this iceberg. So Sela's probably about to give birth. We'll leave her here where she can keep an eye on the bunnies, and then when bunnies show up from the bunny burrow, she can just reach over and like get them right away without them running away. So that's a really smart spot to leave her. And we'll have Kirta kind of scooch this way, and we'll have April and Kawari. Can Kawari go down into the water right here? She can, but I'm not seeing any worms. Ah, that frustrates me. I thought for sure having Kawari be able to like dig food from the bottom would have been a life hack to be able to get all the food we needed on this hard island, but apparently not. I have been outsmarted. All right, we'll have Kawari move over here. And yes, all right, she's right next to the block. Are we gonna do this? April, move over. All right, and then we've got, there we go, Kirta. You guys, we're gonna do it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Who's hiding in here? Who is in here? This is our very first ice block. Let's do it. All right, Kirta, let's do it. Oh, come on, unique genes. I'm wearing my lucky DNA earrings and everything. I really hope this works. Armored body. Yay! He's sickly armored body. Woo! But Guess what? He has Digger's paw. Woohoo! All right, well, let's go ahead and we are going to name this little one after the amazing niche names that you guys actually left in the last Yukir episode. I was so touched. Thank you so much to all of you who leave the niche names because I definitely still need them. If I remember today, I will also share my niche name list today and there will be a link to it in the video description below too. I might have to clean it up. It's just a total chaotic copy paste mess, but a lot of you guys have said I don't care, I really want it, please Siri help me. So I will share it with you guys hopefully today as well. I'll put that down on my little to-do list. Lucky earrings. Come on, well, you know what? Yeah, I mean, you know what? Having Ding Paw might be pretty useful. And he has Claw, so he might be well suited to this island. But we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna rename this guy Camby, which a wonderful one of our community members, says means slow but loyal and strong and kind. And that seems to fit him very well. He's probably loyal and strong and just was unexpectedly caught out in the cold by himself, but he has armored body and he's got H immunity, decent fertility. He doesn't have hemophilia. He has blind eye recessive, but if we're careful, we can avoid that. And I mean, it's always good to have those backup genes. But all right, you guys are gonna have to let me know who popped up out of there for you. He is a little sickly, so maybe he got a cold and then just got frozen in the iceberg. So let's go ahead and send him. Is there anything to smell nearby? No? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and send him over into this hot spring. And if we leave him in that hot spring, then even if he is alone, because we can't keep him near the other nichelings because he has a cold, and I think that would startle everybody a little bit. And in the past, they've been told to, like, get rid of nichelings who were sick and let the fate of the snows decide their fates. But I think that April here has a little bit more of a logical head on her shoulders, so she would say, okay, maybe he can hang out in the hot springs. I'm sorry that he's sick, but there's just nothing we know of to cure him. But it would be worthless to like have rescued this ancestor just to throw him back out into the cold. So they put him in the hot springs so he can be nice and comfy. And I think that we might, since it turns out Kawari cannot feed from the bottom unless I send her in deeper, in which case she might drown. I think we might keep them kind of close to the shore, and we might move. Should we move up and over the island or around the side to try to get to that? Ooh, and there's a ton of bunny burrows up here. What? All right, we might want to try to get to a more central point on this island because look, there's so many bunny burrows that I didn't even see and some really great roosting points. So I think that April might want to move up towards there, but there's no point in moving just yet because if we put her away from the other nichelings, she'll get cold. But all right, let's go ahead. Oh no, it's snowing. That's gonna make it a little hard on some of my nichelings. Oh look, and there, but the thing is there's clamshells over here too. There are 2 clamshells and a leech coming. And clamshells would be good food. Here's another clamshell. Would clamshells be more reliable than bunnies? I'm not sure. And can we get this guy? Maybe we can send him to a hot springs that's also near a bunny burrow. Is there one? I see a whole bunch of hot springs over here, but it doesn't seem like there's any hot springs conveniently right up against a bunny burrow, unless like it's this one up here. So, and there's a bunny burrow right here. There's a bunny burrow right here as well. Okay, so if we had somebody who could keep an eye out, then Camby could jump over and like try to help out. Oh, is there a root? Yes, I forgot how he has the root ability. To like search out roots. So maybe we can have him jump from hot springs to hot springs and gather up some roots. So that's better than nothing. So he's coming with, which would make the family pretty content, I think. And Kirta can gather up this clam. Was there another clam over here? There is another clam down there. Can I have April? Okay, April can gather that up and then jump over. And Kawari, we can't have her stay next to that guy or else she'll get sick. But she can jump over here, and Kirta can jump over here, and now we're slowed down because we have to move in groups of 3. But we'll try to work our way up and over and leave our pregnant females up at the top because it looks like this is going to be a little harder than I thought. I thought we could just like zip to each spot, but we have to move them in groups of 3 because there's so few of them. And we'll go ahead and have Sila jump on over and make herself comfortable right here with a nest, and we'll have little Astral come join her. He cannot move very quickly, but he knows very seriously how important it is to stay warm, and so he is going to help Sela with her firstborn child. The first child born on this hard island. What should we name it? We need to name this island something. It looks like it has a ton of hot springs too, so that would be kind of amazing. We're gonna have to think about it. All right, maybe hot springs hopping will be something that Kambi will teach to the others of a way to get around the island. He's like, we never traveled in packs ourselves. That's a clever idea, but we always just hot springs hopped. And so he might do that to keep moving. Also, I might have him breed with Kawari. Might go ahead and have him breed with Kawari. April actually has H immunity, so it wouldn't be smart to have him. Okay, so yeah, he'd only be safe to breed with Kawari. But Kawari is a little different, and Kambi is definitely way different compared to the other nichelings, so I could see how they could build up a relationship. All right, let's go ahead and have our first baby. Oh, he looks just like you. What the heck do you mean you took some damage, my dear? Sela, no! Oh, Astral, look at your shoulders. Look at that. Oh, it looks like he has horns when you put him like this. If only you actually did Astral, I feel like he would feel more like a proper Yukir. But he's not going to let this suffer. Oh, little Nuke Nuke. Oh no, Nuke Nuke. Why? Why do you have the sickness? Oh, we'll have to toss him in the hot springs ASAP, and Astral will have to be careful not to get the sickness. But we have another male. Huzzah! He also has double H immunity. Not the best. And he has normal eyesight, thank goodness. But he is a purebred Yukir, so he has all of those precious Yukir traits now saved up, and unfortunately a sickly child. But maybe he can be in charge of just sitting right here next to the bunnies and taking out any bunnies that show up. But Astral would be quite distressed, I think, to find Kawari so hurt. And, or excuse me, Sela, not Kawari. And he would insist that she go ahead and she get a little bit of space from her child, unfortunately. Can they have a child together? They can! Maybe! That H immunity is still there! But Sela is a purebred Yukir, so it would be a good idea to maybe, Kierta? Kierta, should I have you? Aw, man, there's like nobody to breed her with that is very good. So we're just gonna go ahead and have her and Astral have another child. And we'll have to move the baby into the hot springs ASAP, but getting sick is definitely a dangerous thing. So we'll move her into the hot springs because Astral would be so worried about her. And now she is expectant for a child, and then we'll have to hope that we can get little Nuke Nuke. The rules are very strict with Yukirs who are born within the tribe, though, about if you're sickly. The fate of the snows decides you, for the most part. But I think Astral will want to see little Nuke Nuke, who we need to rename. So let me go ahead, and we are going to rename him Zexatravis, which I think sounds really cool. So let me grab it. In fact, yeah, there we go. Copy. That might be a name I want to use in the future because this is a pretty cool one. Zexatravis. So little Travis is going to hopefully be able to make it into this hot spring and be safe up there. All right. Meanwhile, Kambi is all about the hot spring hopping, and he can also dig up some roots. So he might express the fact like, yeah, if you just hot springs hop, normally it's okay. Hopefully he'll survive the fact that I have to leave him out in the cold for a second. And are there any permanent nests up here? No, they're all the way over there. Ugh. All right. We're probably going to need to make some of these babies born pretty soon. But let's go ahead. We'll have Kawari kind of like flirtatiously glance up at Kambi as she runs by. And April, there we go, April. And let's see if we can make it at least up to this little network of hot springs and little grassy spots and bunny burrows. And then maybe around here is where April is kind of glancing and going, that would be a good spot because it's at the top of the mountain to be able to put down the main family nest. And then from there, Kierta might be able to go and start doing some exploring. So can I get everybody? I want to see how far I can get everybody if I push them together. All right, there's another one there. And then April can come up here. And then I'm going to have Kierta come over here. He can chill. He's like trying to figure out what this hot springs hopping thing is all about. All right, so that should work. Good. Hang in there, sicklies. Oh, a bunny! See, this is why we need somebody on that burrow 24/7. Let's see. Can I get it? Oh, because we really need that bunny. We cannot fool around when it comes to getting food. And I feel like, oh no, Astral! No, Astral, don't get the leech! Ah! This hard island is not being merciful. Oh no, Zexa Travis is already sick. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, but actually, Combi is already sick. So he can come on down and he can help out with this baby. He can be like, oh, the little tyke seems like he's got something going wrong with him. I don't know why Combi is Australian, by the way, but he'll take care of him. We'll figure that out. All right, Appeal, you are almost there. You're almost there, lady. Let's see if I can get the others over here too. Bunny! Oh, we really can't fool around with lots of bunnies. But if I separate them, okay, we're gonna have to get them all back in a big group together if we want to be able to make this work. All right, there we go. And should April go ahead? And we'll go ahead and build a nest right here just to get her started. There we go. All right. So not quite where she wants to put a nest, right up here, or maybe right up here, depending on what gives us a boost to eyesight better. But it's a good spot to have a backup nest. All right. So let's figure out what I'm gonna do with this little collision down here. You get that leech. There we go. All right, there we go. And Sela is heavily pregnant. And we've got quite a bit going on over here. Is there any food we can get down here? No. And Zexa Travis, actually, is he just cold? Okay, he's just cold. So Zexa Travis does have enough attack to take out bunnies. So we might have him go ahead and just sit and possibly drown himself in a hot springs, and Combi will be quite proud and be like, yeah, isn't that better? I told ya. And so Combi has gotten our little guy safely tucked away, but he needs to go back to his own hot springs now so that he can do more hot springs hopping around the island for us. But all right, we've got our sicklies tucked into the hot springs, and then Astral. Ugh, Astral's just like surrounded by leeches. I was trying to find, no, you weren't supposed to get too far away from Sela, but I might keep them down here then if their son, or if like Zexa Travis can jump over here and help out with when the bunnies spawn. So we'll work on that with that little group. And who do we have here? Look at you, handsome son, who unfortunately has swimming tail and short-sighted eyes, but I'm not going to be terribly picky right now. He does have Mammoth foot. So, all right, we're going to name this little guy. Let's go ahead and go with Roga. I like the name Roga, and his name was Rovan when he was born. So Roga, another new name from the amazing niche name list that you guys contributed to last time. All right, and then I'm going to jump up here really quickly. Oh! Hello! Hello, dinner! I wish. This thing fights back though sometimes though. I don't know about this. I don't think I have enough nichelings to start fighting him, so maybe we'll let the walrus deer roam free for a little while. We're not really bad up on food whilst we settle in. But if Kawari jumps up here, I think this gives her a much greater boost for being able to see things. So we'll leave her here. And then I think we'll go ahead and have April. I didn't mean for that to happen, actually. I was gonna have April try to jump down. All right, we got a bunny there. Oh my goodness, this guy is just like right on our bunny hunkers. And Kawari, okay, we're gonna have a little bit of a problem when it comes to making sure that everybody doesn't get too cold, actually. But the good news is we've taken over the top of the mountain, and I just want to put like a nest right over maybe here, because I think even though this is so high, having the nest and having lookouts on the top of the mountain like this would be really good. Okay, so we've got that taken care of, and let's go ahead. And our last thing of the day shall be having Astral come down and grab that clam. And then I think Sela is just going to go ahead and nest right there. And then we will have little Zexa Travis attempt to contribute to the family as he can by gathering what resources he can. Hopefully he won't get frozen. He's trying to be brave. And little Combi, unfortunately, is so sickly, I don't think he's going to make it very far. But we'll have him do more hot springs hopping and hopefully be able to work his way up here. And then we have a little girl who is beautiful. Oh my gosh, Kawari, congratulations. She is gorgeous. Wow. Whoops. Sorry about that. Give me just a second. We're going to go ahead and we're going to name her. Let's name her Kaliki. I like that name. That's beautiful. So beautiful Kaliki, who's quite lovely, and she has a K name after her mother, Kawari, which I think is fitting. And we've got another bunny that we can actually snag right here really quickly. They're not really going anywhere. So I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to grab the food. But I've got to take care of these two so they don't freeze. And Kawari, meanwhile, I think she can just like sit here and like stay next to the babies, and everybody is nice and huddled together. And as soon as, I mean, I should have been able to move Roga, but I guess he's a little cold right now because he's a baby. So the hard island is proving to be a little trickier than I remember, but I think it will work out. I hope. I really hope. So the goal, maybe because we have so much food, should probably be to go ahead and just get a little tiny base established up here to gather some more food and crack open the last two of those ice genes, and we'll see whether or not we'll get really lucky and strike icy gold by managing to find those last two prehistoric genes we need before the Yukirs can really celebrate, at least for this era, the end of their journeys. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.